All right, let's go to Mary and Bill.
This is Mary.
And this is Bill. And we're calling from Dayton, Ohio. My turn in the kitchen, and here are the vegetables I have. I've got Brussels sprouts, cauliflower,
Carrots
and broccoli.
Yeah.
Okay? And we've done a lot of stuff with pasta already, and we've oven grilled them. But I'd like a side dish. We don't have to use all of these things in one side dish, but a side dish for chicken that we're having a lot of. What do we usually do?
Well, we usually just pop these veggies in a steamer for, 15, 20 minutes and then put some butter and some spices on. Sounds kind of ordinary.
It sounds really ordinary. I think we need a new recipe.
Please.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh, they sound so sweet.
They're so cute. I want them to cook for me. So let's give them some new ideas, right? So with things that they have. So we're not running out and getting other ingredients here, just simple things. If you have olive oil, you can do so much. That is just what I do with every vegetable. If I don't know what to do, I drizzle it with olive oil. I put it on a sheet pan and I put it in the oven at 400 or 425 and I let them get golden brown. It is so easy. And it's just, there's so much flavor because of you get the caramelization. So that'd be where I started. I think any of those veg, either separate or all together, you can, I think the important thing there is when you're roasting them, you want to make sure that all the pieces are approximately the same size so that they're going to cook at the same rate. Although the carrots will take a little longer because they're more dense. So maybe, you know what I do sometimes? Well, you can do one vegetable at a time, but when I have more than one vegetable, I'll put like the carrots on one side of my sheet tray and the broccoli on the other. And then I just keep checking it. And then when, one is done, you take it out, you just use a big spoon and take it out and then let the other one keep cooking. So that's a good way, instead of like mixing everything together, if you separate them, that's a good workaround.
Yeah. Since I've had a kid for the last however many years, every Sunday, I have done that every Sunday. And I just like roast through a whole bunch of vegetables and they're sitting in the fridge for her, for us, for dinner, for salads, to mix into fried rice later, blah, 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 blah. But that is like always my standard prep.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what?
Delicious.
You know what I love to do? Actually, one of my favorite lunches, because I get a farm box. So I always have these root vegetables coming at me, like rutabaga and sweet potatoes and, parsnips. And so I'll roast up everything, throw it in the fridge. And then for lunch, I'll take some yogurt. I'll warm up my veg. I'll dollop it with yogurt and I'll sprinkle some cumin and some salt and some chopped mint or whatever if I have, or chopped parsley. And just that yogurt just kind of rounds it out and it's like a sauce. Makes it a meal. So that is one of my absolute standards. But okay, so let's give them some more ideas in case they don't want to roast. What about doing like a slaw, right? Like you thinly slice the Brussels sprouts and you grate the carrots and then you toss them together with a little mayo, a big squeeze of lemon or a little bit of cider vinegar, some mustard, and you just toss that whole thing together. And then you've got like a Brussels sprout and carrot slaw, which I think would be really nice as a side dish.
Yeah. Nice and tender.
Yeah.
Oh, and the cauliflower, you can like treat cauliflower almost like mashed potatoes, right? You simmer them in a little bit of stock or simmer them in a little bit of milk and then just like throw them in a food processor
I've
or
done
blender
that. It's delicious.
with like with butter on top to puree it in, and it's delicious.
Oh, God, that sounds good. And that, you take that same puree and you just add a little more chicken broth and you've got soup. Which is just great.
It's funny because I'm actually editing a cookbook right now by Hugh Atchison that's sort of like a beginner's cookbook, and like he's like, pureeing is one of the things really need to learn because it can be a vegetable, or you add a little more liquid and it's a sauce, or you add a little more liquid than that and it's a soup, and like you can literally make three things out of the same thing.
Yeah, that's exact. Yeah, I never think of it like that, but I think that's right. I think pureeing is underrated. I think we should all puree more. Especially now, right? Don't you want pureed foods? I want to puree things. I used to puree all the time.
I want to be a baby.
I got on that.
I want to be a baby again.
Yeah, exactly. Spoon feed me some lovely cauliflower.
Yeah.